How's it going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Rocky Mountain EDC channel. Today I have a little update video for you guys looking at the titanium Lotus scales for my Spyderco PM2 and my Lynch Northwest pocket clip deep carry that I have on here. So on the channel, if you remember back, I had a installation video for both the titanium Lotus scales and this sand washed titanium Lynch Northwest pocket clip. So I promised you guys that I would come out with another video, kind of an update of how does it feel? How do I like it? How do I enjoy having these modifications to the Spyderco PM2? And this is the only Spyderco PM2 I have, so it's my main PM2. So it's kind of fun getting to mess around with different modifications that I can do to it. So just keeping in mind the stock or original scales that came on this knife were these really nice, made by Spyderco, these black G10 peel ply handle scales. Again, very light, very sturdy, good material. I really enjoyed that. I'm going to kind of talk about how this texturing, the weight, and everything about the scales change the way the knife feels. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that, but just keeping in mind that these were the original scales, classic PM2 model here in their standard S45 VN steel, and the black G10. So that's kind of what we're working based on. So if you end up liking this video and you enjoy the content and you want to check out more content on the channel, definitely subscribe and give this video a like. It definitely helps out the channel, helps me know what you guys like, so I can keep making more content. All right, so let's talk a little bit about one of the first things that I noticed, at least in terms of the titanium scales. We'll get into the pocket clip in a little bit. But the first thing noticeable about switching from your standard G10 to the titanium is the weight difference. Now, titanium, as far as a metallic material for knife handles, is already very light. So it's not going to be as heavy as, like, you know, bronze or even steel. It's not that extent of what I talk about with the weight increase. It's very subtle. It's enough to make the knife feel heavier, for sure. You can notice it, but it doesn't take away from the PM2's function. So it doesn't feel like, oh, you upgraded to having a brick in your pocket. That's not what it feels like. That's not what I'm saying. There's enough heft to it to where it feels a little bit more of a sturdier knife, and the PM2 is already a very sturdy knife. It's just a different feel. So the PM2, the classic G10, it feels like a very lightweight, full-sized, heavy-duty knife, but a little bit more on the blade heavy side when we have this on. With this is going to make it a little bit more handle heavy, which actually changes the way that the knife feels and functions. You feel like you have a little bit more nimble control with the blade because the blade doesn't feel like it wants to drop down. So it feels like it wants to stay in your hand. Now, granted, it is heavier, so you are going to notice that difference, especially in the pocket when you're carrying it. You are going to notice it a little bit. But that's kind of the first thing, and it really changes the knife, and it kind of depends on your preference. I could see in the future possibly going back to the G10 and then maybe wanting to go back to this. I don't know. This is something where maybe I would want to have two PM2s, one in the classic model and then one in this upgraded titanium version. So that's just kind of a first thing right off the bat, noticing with carrying this for a while and having these on for a couple months now. The other thing that you're going to notice with the PM2 titanium Lotus scales is the texturing. So again, we go from Spyderco's amazing G10, which is extremely grippy, just really good G10, high quality. They manufacture it with high tolerance and just really good texturing on it. This is smooth. So there's two kind of positive things about the smoothness. One, this doesn't tear up your pockets at all. This slides in and out of the pocket really nice and easy. It doesn't tear up your pocket. So it's not going to give that fraying on your jeans pocket, which is really nice. I really enjoy that. But it is metallic. So when it's cold out, you're going to notice it with the titanium. You're going to notice that cold feeling. It is smooth, so it is a little less grippy in your hands. So just keeping that in mind. So if you have, any type of lotion or anything greasy on your hands, this is going to be a little slick. So you're not going to have that nice micro texturing. Now, granted, PM2 is already a very ergonomic knife, so that's not as big of a concern. It would be nice if they did, they have a little bit of this milling pattern here. It offers a little bit of texture and grip, not a lot. It would be nice if they did offer a little bit more of a textured titanium version. I think they might have a frag pattern or some other type of pattern for the PM2, but a little bit of micro milling and texturing would be really nice. I think that would be appreciated, or at least the option for that. So that's just one observation there, but not overall a very big deal. So overall, the titanium Lotus scales, they look really nice. The contouring, the design, the milling, everything is just superb, and they fit excellent. I will say I haven't had any problems with the fit on here. They did really good in terms of installation. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the Lynch Northwest pocket clip. Okay, so different company. If you know Lynch Northwest, they make really good aftermarket deep carry pocket clips for a lot of your favorite knives, like the PM2. And this one is titanium. It's the sand wash. So it actually, I did this on purpose. I wanted to get something that was a little different, not a stone wash, not a satin, and not a polished, because I wanted it to kind of stand out a little bit. I know there's a lot of metallic look going on. The whole thing is a metallic look. So I kind of wanted the pocket clip to be just a little different. So I went with this sand wash, which is kind of a little bit more of a grittier but smooth, darker texture on the pocket clip, and it stands out just enough, but also still goes really well with the coloring design. So that's really nice. The springiness and the retention on this clip is excellent. I have not had any problems, have not had any type of issues with it bending out of place. It's been a great clip. It sits really nice in the pocket. As you can tell, it's deep carry, but also the good springiness with the addition of the smoothness makes it just for a great overall pocket carry. Because again, if you had a weak clip on here with this smooth texturing scale, it might have the tendency to want to slip out of your pocket a little bit easier than you would want. You don't want that. You want it to be able to pull it out of your pocket easy enough, but you don't want it to just fling out of your pocket for no reason. So this was a really good combination, and I'm really happy about it. So overall, that's kind of the upgrade on my PM2. I actually have been carrying this a little bit more as my kind of primary EDC knife right now. I still love the 940. This is still my go-to EDC. I don't think that's going to change. I am just giving a little bit more love to some of my other knives. And I definitely wanted to make sure that I gave the PM2 with the titanium Lotus scales and Lynch Northwest pocket clip a little bit more dedicated pocket time carry so that I could give you guys a good update. And if you want to go back and watch the installation videos for the titanium Lotus scales, I kind of cut a little bit into the process, but it does kind of show you a little bit how to install those if you're curious. So check that out on the channel. It's up there if you're interested. And overall, if you've been thinking about buying these products, I highly recommend. It's a different feel, but I think it's worth it. And I think if you know generally what you're going into, you're getting titanium, it's going to be metallic, it's going to be a little heavier than something like G10 or carbon fiber. Just keep that in mind. But I think that if what you're going for on your PM2 is a more heavy-duty feel, okay, I'm not talking about the capability. It's still a capable knife with the G10 or without the G10. But if you're going for the feel and the look, it's about what you would expect, and it's fantastic. So just keeping that in mind. Yeah, so if you guys have any more questions, or if you want to know anything else about the titanium loaded scales, just leave a comment, and I'd be happy to answer it. So again, thanks again for watching, guys. Make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to the Rocky Mountain EDC channel. Thanks.